So what is this? Hi guys, Lexi here, and today I have a video about my anxiety, kind of, and what helps me deal with it. I'm not sure what I'm going to call the video yet, but yeah, I am going to have a list of just like a bunch of stuff that helps me personally when I am feeling anxious. This stuff helps me, but it by no means will help everyone. This is just me personally and like what I like to do when I'm feeling anxious. So I get anxious about pretty much everything, whether it's like going out and being social, or like going to the store, or meeting new people, or being anxious about not doing stuff. It's pretty bad. Yeah, so over the years I have definitely figured out stuff that really helps me cope with it and kind of like calms me down. So the first thing is kind of obvious. It's therapy. I just like talking about like what's bothering me and like what I'm going through and stuff, and I personally see a psychologist about my anxiety, and so it's not as much like talk therapy. I used to like see a therapist where I just like tell her what's going on and stuff, but with my psychologist we work on cognitive behavioral therapy, which is like changing my thought process, and so we're going to be starting exposure therapy, which is kind of terrifying but kind of exciting as well. It's basically like doing stuff that gives you anxiety and then like making yourself do it. Yeah. So therapy actually really helps me out. It I don't know, it just makes me feel better, and we do get to talk about stuff if it's bothering me, and I really like just like getting it out and getting it out in the open and talking about it. It really helps. And you know, even if you are like upset because you lost your job, like go see a therapist, because it seriously honestly helps so much. And there's this like stigmatization with like mental illness and therapy and stuff. It's not a bad thing. Seeing a therapist is a really good thing. It's really healthy, and it just means that you like really care about yourself. I am an introverted, anxious person, which is hard sometimes because, you know, like my therapist or my parents or someone is like, you know, go out, have fun and stuff, like don't let your anxiety hold you back. And my anxiety does hold me back from doing stuff, but sometimes I just don't want to go out with my friends, you know? So saying that I am introverted, being alone when I am really anxious actually helps a lot. And I know people say like, oh, don't leave them alone, like whatever. Like being alone helps me so much. It helps me think through, be logical about it, although I'm usually not logical, at least at first. Just crying to myself and talking to myself really helps. Just being alone and having alone time just like really helps me to calm down, and just being around people, like, it does not help at all. Another thing that helps is reading, because I love reading, and it just helps me kind of escape like where I am right now, escape the anxiety that I'm feeling. And you know, when you read, like you can't really think of stuff, like you're reading, you know? So it just distracts me from it until I can calm down and come back to whatever it is with a clean, open mind, and also it's reading, so it's like pretty good. Journaling. I love journaling. I have gotten so into it, and I have so many different journals. I have like a positivity journal, I have a regular daily journal, I have a bullet journal, I have an art journal, like a junk-ish kind of journal. I have every journal imaginable, and journaling really helps. It really does, whether I'm creating art in my art journal, or writing down exactly how I'm feeling, in my like regular journal. It helps so much, just like writing stuff down, being creative really helps. And it takes my kind of, if I'm writing down what I'm feeling, it gives me kind of closure, and I can kind of think about it and like put it logically, you know. It's really amazing, and I really would suggest having a journal, especially if you're dealing with like mental stuff, because that's hard. And putting it down on paper kind of puts it into perspective and lets you think about it more, and it's really helpful. Getting outside is something that I really like doing, and I love going on walks with my dog, with my mom, although sometimes walks give me anxiety themselves. That's a whole different thing. But just getting out into nature and like having a good time, going on a walk, and just enjoying it, you know, and letting your mind clear, forgetting about all the bad stuff that's going on. Speaking of my puppy, I love cuddling with him. I love animals so much, so naturally when I'm feeling like anxious, or if I'm crying or something's wrong, I love petting my dog and like cuddling with him, and he is like one of the only dogs that actually enjoys cuddling, so it's a plus. It's a plus. And yeah, I just cuddle with my puppy. He's so cute and fluffy, and he just makes me feel so much better. He's like my best little furry friend, always there for me. Yeah, I love him so much. Sleeping helps. Sleeping. Usually if I'm anxious after like a social event, if something had happened, or if I'm feeling just like drained, and like everything is going on, you know, I love sleeping. I love taking a nap, because it just kind of like, you just kind of escape, and then you wake up with a clear mind. You wake up feeling refreshed and like good, and like you can take this on, you know, because none of this stuff gets rid of anxiety. Nothing can get rid of it. You can cope with it, you can't get rid of it though. And it sucks, but you know, better to have things that help than nothing. I also love going online. I love going online. Watching YouTube videos. I love YouTube. I love YouTube so much. It's such a great creative outlet for so many people to put whatever they want online. And I love watching people's videos, especially if I'm feeling really bad about myself. I love seeing people doing good in their life, because it like inspires me and it makes me happy. It doesn't make me jealous, which is kind of weird, but like it makes me happy seeing other people being happy and doing these cool, awesome things. Yeah, and along with that, I love looking at like positive, inspirational things. I like going on places like We Heart It and like Tumblr, and just like looking at journals or like health stuff, or just any inspirational thing. Quotes I like. I like poetry. I like looking at poetry and reading poetry. I've gotten so into watercolors. I don't even have like high-end fancy water. I have Crayola watercolors and Crayola brushes, but that's enough for me. And I love watercolors, and it just like calms me and makes me happy. And I also like coloring pages. I have this like huge Christmas coloring book that I will go to if I like just want to focus on it, because like there is so much going on in the picture. There's so much you color, you know, you kind of just focus on that and push away the anxiety, like push it aside, you know. And last but not least, just getting out to someone. Just find someone who you can trust, and someone who you can talk to. It helps honestly so much. I know I have people I can tell stuff to, but for me, my like personally my anxiety, the anxiety I deal with is a lot around what people are gonna think of me, and also I don't communicate well. Like it's really hard for me to get out what I'm trying to say, to get out my emotions, to get out my feelings, like express myself. It's so hard for me to express myself, whether it be from fear of judgment or just because like I actually can't. Like I try to say something and it feels like it gets stuck in my throat. But I find in therapy, actually, it comes out a lot easier because I know it's 100% private, and my therapist or psychologist, like, they will not judge me, you know, so that helps. But there are still some things, like, I won't even tell them, like, so getting it out, maybe in journal form. I put really, really, really personal things in my journals that if anyone ever read, I would probably, like, jump off a cliff or something. Like, just getting it out. You have to just get it out. That helps so much. Bottling it up inside is never, ever a good idea. Whether it be through writing, through talking, through making a YouTube video, just get it out. So yeah, those were my many ways of just kind of getting away from the anxiety, stuff that helps me cope with anxiety. If you guys cope with stress, anxiety, anything, depression, hopefully some of this stuff helps, you know? I don't know, this is all my personal stuff. I like being alone, and I like doing stuff on my own, you know? But I know a lot of people like going out with their friends when they're feeling stressed out. You know, it all depends on the person, but hopefully you guys got a few ideas of how to deal with it through this video. And yeah, if you did and you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below what you do to relieve stress, to cope with stuff that is happening in your life, and subscribe for more videos. Subscribe now. And yeah, I will see you guys next Friday. Bye. The next book I have is Shadow Falls, the beginning, and this is like 2-in-1. I don't really like my intro and outro, but like I've done it for so long I can't really change it, and also like I can't think of anything else.